God damn it. Okay, the only thing I forgot um, is damage is standard, right?
I think.
Yeah, it's definitely not
I
reduced.
think. Did you see
Ah.
what happened last night?
No, what happened last night?
So we did our first tier one reduced safety car race, and we
Mm.
had three safety cars before lap 10. We didn't get DRS in Spa until lap 14.
Huh. Were there DNFs with every safety car though?
Oh yeah, it was nine DNFs out of 18 people.
Oh my God.
It was a shit show.
Holy. All right. Well,
I
that's
snuck
exciting.
my way onto a podium though, so whatever.
Yo. All right. F1 rules. F1 rules and regulation. Scroll down. I think it's in here, right? Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah,
Tier one, standard, car damage, standard. Yep, we're good.
feel bad for these guys because it's a whole new model or whatever car performance now.
Oh, is it really? Even on
Yep,
equal?
it's yeah. I believe they'll be 1 second slower now. Because when I did time trial in Spa to test it, I was 1 second slower, maybe a little bit more too.
Wow.
Portimao, though, it's actually really nice. Like Cody said, a good job.
Oh
I
yeah.
was impressed.
All right. That's good. Rare, but good. Impressive. My God. There we are. Hello and welcome everybody to the ARC Tier 2 Spa Grand Prix, otherwise known as the Belgian Grand Prix. Welcome to Spa-Francorchamps. Perhaps some rain in the air, perhaps not, but either way, get ready to get wet because we are going to have some great racing here tonight, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, be prepared. I think it'll be quite an entertaining race. Spa never disappoints. For those of you who did not watch last night, Tier 1 had 3 safety cars and 9 of the 18 drivers DNF'd. We will see what is in store for the ladies and gentlemen of Tier 2 and all the hardworking guys back at the factory. Guys and
Yeah, it's
girls
going to be
back at the
interesting.
factory. Yeah, so we go into this with J Games still being the championship leader. And I don't know who's in second. I should probably know that.
It's Exia,
It's
and then
Exia.
Fig is in third.
And Fig is in third. Well, that is interesting.
Yep, if you remember, Austria lobby also got broken, so they didn't get to race it.
Right. Alright, well. I think, yeah. Van, you recently brought it up to me. I was unaware until I got home like 20 minutes ago. There is a performance patch out today if you'd like to give the viewers the detail of that and maybe a little insight into what the drivers will be feeling tonight.
Well, I believe it's going to be affecting the low-speed corners, and I believe in Tier 3 they were actually looking at a comparison video in this track actually, and this track is now around 1.5 seconds slower compared to how it was last night in Tier 1. So we'll see what the numbers look like at the end of quali here, and especially as Atmosphere is going to do our first lap of the night. We'll see what he can do. But yeah, also Portimao got in the game, so it's always nice to see new tracks.
Definitely, yeah.
And then I also believe in October there's going to be another patch as well.
For the performance.
Changing the car performance.
Interesting. Yeah,
and
I
I'll
mean,
also bring Imola.
Okay. I know from my time in the co-op career mode that the AI are just way too fast in like certain corners like Spain, the flat turn 9, the Netherlands. I forgot what turn it is, but like all those really high-speed corners, Cops and Silverstone, the AI are able to take it like flat basically, whereas it's just not possible for a player to do that. So I know Righteous Fire, one of our F1 mods back in the day, told me that they were releasing a patch that would kind of nerf the AI's performance, and I wonder if this patch also did that, or if that's the later patch. But I'd be curious to see.
So let's see. I mean, that's a Ferrari.
Yeah, we are on stream riding on board with Atmosphere here for the first lap. He's just coming out of Stavlo now, and we'll be on the run down into Blanchimont, which looks like he's had a decently clean lap, no big mistakes. Coming into Blanchimont now, takes that flat, obviously, no issue there, but maybe where we would see some dip in performance would be here in the slower speed bus stop, but still a pretty high speed corner. Looked very normal to me. Slow to get on the power there, but that seemed just him, and that is going to be a 1:44.6 for Atmosphere.
0.6, yeah.
What was the, do you know the times from last night, pole time?
Yeah, I believe it was, I think it was 1:42 flat. It could have been a 1:41.8, though, I think it's the pole.
Well, Ken Miles, 0.6 faster than J Games, the championship leader, with a 1:43.4. Interesting. Let's ride on board with, I know Tom is usually pretty far up there. He is now just coming into the blind hairpin and then into the no-name corner, although it does have a name. That's Teichman. That's the wrong person. He's going into... oh, he invalidated. Okay. Well, that's my bad. Oh, Mr. Hood. A former Tier 1 driver turned Tier 2 driver because he quit like a nerd, driving with no line. And we'll see what he can do. Opens up the DRS and goes across the line to go P6 with a 144.458, 500ths off the Alpine in front of MLG God. Very interesting grid so far, I would say, with Niall. Yeah, making it up to P2. This should be a pretty interesting race. Hopefully everybody can stay out of trouble and we'll see some good racing. Tom looks like he is going for another lap, so we'll ride on board with him now into Lake Home chicane. We'll see what gear he goes down to. Goes all the way down to third. You can see it over rev there. Probably want to keep it in fourth, or at least just not shift to third that early. Keeps it. That looked pretty good to me, but.
Yep. It's a good job so far.
Not little tentative on the power there. I think you can kind of put it down a bit earlier, but looked like he was struggling with turning. Keeps it to seventh here. Doesn't utilize the downshift, which I do believe gives you a little bit more rotation, a little extra grip with the engine braking, but all in all looks pretty good. Holds that inside line here. Looks like he understeered just on the exit of that, which kind of hurt his entrance into the corner after it. I don't remember the names or numbers here at Spa, besides for the important ones. Runs out, uses all the track there to carry the speed. There's Chewy getting out of the way for him as he comes into Blanchimont now. Of course, flat. You can see him just teetering at 194, 193. Turns the car in. No problems there. Now into bus stop where you can, as with any corner, but this one feels like a particularly easy corner to just throw away your lap. It's kind of hard to take the same line twice through here.
Yeah.
Short shifts fifth
Definitely.
and up to P3 with a 143.9. Outdoing the championship leader, Games by just about a tenth, little under. Teichman in the Alfa Romeo down in 17th. I am not sure what his pace is, so we will see when he crosses the line here. We have some yellow flags out just for drivers going slowly, either getting out of the way or preserving fuel. Now across the DRS line, a little bit tentative on the power, opens up the rear wing and is going to cross the line to go P15 with a 145.9 just in front of Eric. Everybody else yet to set a time. Exia there completing a lap but was invalid. We can see if he's on wing now. It looks like he is. So this is P2 in the championship here, coming into Stavlo now. Not sure how the beginning of his lap went, obviously, but this looks pretty strong so far. No issues. There's Eric off, very precarious spot. I'm not sure I like that, but it happens. So here we are. You can see here, he is teetering 192, 193. That went up to 94, but it looked like he was a mile an hour slower. I would hazard to guess maybe he's running more aero, or he had to lift off for Eric. I'm not sure, but he was going 1 mile per hour slower, so it's a huge deal. Anyways, comes across the line now to go P5 with a 144 flat, just about 100th off Games. 1300ths.
It's a good lap.
Yeah,
Kia mentioned it in chat, but one of our drivers must have done flat through Poulan, which last night I believe, I don't know how about other drivers, but I was lifting a little bit for there, and while also downshifting, but I think there was some talk about this new patch making it possible to go flat out at Poulan now.
So then that would be addressing the, perhaps the cars are able to take corners flat now that you lose a little bit of grip in the low speeds.
Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that.
That does confuse me a bit, why the lap would be 1.5 seconds slower if we're now able to go flat through Poulan. MLG got out of the... We're coming up on him. Yeah, he lost it on the exit of Poulan there. And straight into the wall on the exit, presumably correcting his slide. So that is going to be P7 for him.
Yeah, it's not ideal at all.
But people, it would seem, would definitely improve, especially around Spa.
Yep. He can drop all the way down to 14. right now. If people get faster in front of him or behind him. Babu's the one that's shocking me right now. He's in 14th.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, it's not really a huge difference in
That's
pace.
a Williams spun off, and looks like we have Leslie, or one of the Haas's. There we go, Juan Seria. We were riding on board with him, crosses the line to go P3. Impressive lap from him. It looks like, yeah, Leslie's having some serious issues here, lag related. I know he was having that back in Mexico. Looks like he's having some issues again here today. We have an issue in turn 1. I'm not
Looks
sure.
like a slow car. I'm
I'm
on board with Babu right here.
Okay. I am now seeing, riding on board with Two Games, the championship leader, going through Pouan to complete his lap. 10 miles. The pole sitter is getting out of his way. Into this nice left-right hander here. We'll see what he can do. Early on the power, nice, but was a bit slow in. Slow in, fast out. The golden rule of racing, which I think is why people struggle with the F1 game, is sometimes that is not the best course of action. Just because these cars can handle the speed, and then when they're at low speed, they become a bit more cumbersome. Perhaps that is exacerbated by the new patch, but in general, that's always kind of been, that's where these cars shine, is going as fast as you can. P1 retires from the session.
And that's actually, he's like still driving too. That's a very odd decision.
Ninja Games goes faster. What an improvement to a 143.3. A tenth and a half, roughly, faster than Ken Miles, who just by choice retired. 5 minutes left in the session. I don't think he could have burned through all of his tires. I don't think I literally don't think that you could get out of the pits and do like outlap. Yeah. All right. Well, Juan Seria.
Babu's 8/10 up.
Babu is 8/10 up. That's right on board.
If he gets a good bus stop, that can push him up to 4th, maybe even 3rd.
Wow.
See, that's a corner I was definitely struggling with right here last night. Wonder how much has changed. Let's see, Babu. P6, okay.
5-6
2000s.
Not a bad lap from him. We also have P9 Mercedes, who is invalid. His lap was invalidated. Let's Chewy into the pits. Mr. Hood in the pits. Spider starting a lap now. We can ride on board with him, as most of the people at the top are still in the pits or just set their laps. Actually, Exia retires. On track, I think.
Yeah, it's on track.
Yeah, lost it at the exit of Lake Home. We ride on board with Babushka there, seeing his car just off like that. Let's now ride on board with Tom, who you'd have to say has been kind of the competition for the games as far as wheel-to-wheel is concerned. They fought in Mexico, and that is all I remember. But regardless, he is in P7 right now, but he was towards the top when he actually set his lap. Sorry, fat fingered that. So here we go, opening up the DRS on the Kemmel Straight, running down to Lake Home. What will he be able to do with this lap? Will he be able to improve? Presumably so, with the track evolution, but he's not going to have enough time to set another lap, so this one he's got to make it count, or rather go into the pit for fresh tires. So not using the most of the track evolution, but perhaps he thinks a clear track will pay dividends. Although Spa's kind of a large track, lots of space to get out of the way, and it's very long, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like going out at 2 minutes or 2:15 is kind of the way to go. Get that extra minute and a half of track evolution. But he has opted to not do that, going down all the way into 6 for Pouan here, taking a line that he's quite in command of, which would lead me to believe he was not using as much power as he could have, should have, would have been. Almost loses it on the exit there, now into Stavlo. Just throwing the car in on the inside rumble strip and now running out wide on that curving. Want to keep a tight line through here, which he does, shifting to 7th in the middle of it, and now on the run down into Blanchimont, flat out 8th gear, all the way to you brake for the bus stop. I just tripped over my words there, that's okay. And I'm curious what gear he goes down into. I've seen a lot of 2nd gear. I always use 3rd gear, but that could definitely not be correct. Tom does use 3rd gear, and it looks like 2nd gear, if you can keep the car under control, is a little bit better. Tom improving up to 5th position. As we know, P1, not always the best place to start in Spa. P2 has that inside line, and then P3,
Yep.
you know, you kind of get to choose yours if you get a decent start. So it's all about picking up that slipstream on the Kemmel Straight. Of course, the drivers will not have DRS until the third lap of the race, so that will not be able to assist them on their run into Lake Home. But they will have quite a long slipstream, and it's really about not compromising yourself through Eau Rouge. Going too wide through Eau Rouge usually means the person behind you gets to overtake both of you. So, you know, it's about being patient and kind of knowing your limits here. As let's ride on board with Juan from P4 here, as he is going to be just starting his lap now, going through the said aforementioned corner being Eau Rouge and Radion. And he is just going to nip that left wheel over the curb, slide up the inside. Turned a little bit too much there. You can kind of cut that inside line. Like you can just release the steering wheel a little bit earlier. Probably save an extra mile per hour or so. But no matter. He goes into Lake Home now. Good line through here. Early on the power. A little bit too much on the power there. As you can see, he just was understeering wide and wasn't quite able to get that nice line through the corner, but it looks like he didn't have to lift too much, so hopefully not too much time lost, but not the optimal way through there. Using the outside curb there just a little bit. Going to use it a lot there, putting it under the middle of his car, but still able to keep going. No invalidation. That's a good line through there. Downshift to 7. Looks like he was almost flat there. Does not invalidate, though, and is going to keep going. That was pretty close to flat. I mean, there was a downshift, but he was on the power very soon. You can see they're over downshifting and locking the rears a little bit. They're having to correct, and he spins. And that's going to be his front wing and his qualifying over. So it is P4 for Juan, if no one else improves, but he's certainly not going to improve. Atmosphere going past. He's in a bit of a sticky situation here with a train of cars coming and just demolishes the barrier again for good measure. He's got to go now. Yeah, there we go. Overdoes it a little bit. This is hard to watch. Oh, now he gets going.
And yeah, I saw that coming.
Right on the
But now his car is going to come in the way. Oh.
And Fig has to stop. Hopefully Fig wasn't on. No, Fig's on an out lap. Okay. Juan got disqualified. Anyways, after all that.
Yep.
That's upsetting.
For parking in a dangerous location, apparently.
Oh, that's what you're sorry. Yeah, I got the notification late. Well, that has got to be a punch to the face. That is just upsetting. That is unfortunate. P4 to P20. Can he Valtteri Bottas this and end on the podium? We will see. But it's yeah. I'm seeing the checker flag is already out, but it looks like a lot of people are about to start the laps. Yeah, so that bug still exists very much so. So Niall and J-Games will start the lap. We have not rode on board with Niall, and him being in the top 3 kind of flying under the radar. Let's ride on board through Eau Rouge, through Radion, into Lake Home, and let's see what he can do. Madman GTR putting himself up to P3, Niall invalidating. So P4 is going to be the best he can do. J-Games trying to improve on his pole time. Who else? Fig also going for a lap from P6. Can he get himself into the top 5, the top 3, or even challenge for pole here? Only time will tell. Looks pretty clean to me so far. Oh, you can just see that downshift, how much that unsettled the rear of the car. Him able to keep a cool head there and just kind of drift that corner basically. Probably actually found some time there. Bit of a weird line through Pouan, but able to make sure that he kept his foot in there just for the most part, and obviously that understeered him a bit wide, but that's kind of what that corner is all about. Takes a nice line through there. Doesn't open up this corner as much as you can. Not using all the track there, so that's a few miles per hour he's losing, but he takes a nice apex into Stavlo again. Kind of wary of that outside curbing, which I understand, not wanting to invalidate, especially on your last lap. I'm not sure if he struggled with invalidations before. Mr. Hood and Rad really mixing it up, going P2 and P3 respectively, so Niall's going to be kicking himself for invalidating that. Tom, unable to improve, finds himself in P8, and Atmosphere up to P7 with a 1:43.8.
Yeah.
So Fig and Babu going from P5 and 6 to P9 and 10 if they don't improve here. Yellow flags waved, crosses the line. Fig is able to go P7. Let's ride on board with Babushka, who had to abort his lap for whatever reason. So that is going to be qualifying over for Babu. That is going to be qualifying over, period.
Brad, though, again in second, he had a really, that's a good quality by him. Kind of a underdog here.
Yeah, only 500ths off the pole time of the game. So the championship leader is going to start this race in just about the best position you could hope for. Not from a realistic standpoint, but you can't shoot for third. So this will be very interesting. I think the pace, like the gaps in pace, seem really close, which is exciting.
Yep.
And Spa kind of rewards that, being able to have that DRS train, that slipstream, always keeping the cars pretty close together. So I think we'll see some good battling and perhaps some good incidents.
I mean, based off Tier 1, definitely. I think we'll see at least 2 safety cars. Hopefully more spread out compared to last night.
So that is going to do it for the qualifying session of the ARC Tier 2 Belgian Grand Prix, with Jagames 84, the championship leader, taking pole by 500ths off Radical Aardvark, and Mr. Hood, no assist, former Tier 1 driver, coming in just over 1/10 behind in P3. Ken Miles having a strong early qualifying performance, putting himself on provisional pole, unable to capitalize, and then retiring by choice halfway through the session, roughly, or like 5 minutes left. Madman with a surprise P5. Niall up there pretty much all the way until the end, which was kind of the story for most of the drivers. Perhaps caught out by the others not having the pace at the beginning of quali, but really nailing their laps at the end. So kind of a mix-up towards the end of the race. The strategy here, easy, soft, medium, correct?
Yep.
So soft, medium
Very easy.
will be the strategy that we'll see employed here. Safety cars are on reduced for all tiers in ARC, but as we mentioned before, that did not seem to have an impact as we had 3 safety cars in Tier 1, granted with 9 retirements, so it seems a bit more modest. But, if there are a lot of retirements, I think we'll see,
We'll see. I mean, bulk of that came from the opening laps when everyone was really closed in together. So we'll see how Tier 2 handles it.
Kia said that you and I are quiet, so what I'm going to do is just turn down the game audio, and so then everybody can just turn up the stream, because I don't, it's already like peaking in the yellow, but I guess I could, hold on, actually, no, I'll fix it. Hopefully there's no peaking. Kia, you'll have to let me know if there's peaking, but I appreciate the, I'm also having a moment. Audio settings, there we go. I can read. No, I can't. It's fine. Let's get a little Baba Booey going here. All right. Hopefully we are not quiet anymore. And if we are, Kia, belly mayo. Anyways, so Juan, starting from the back after being P4, although I'm not sure what his time would have been good enough for. Everything changed kind of a lot.
Yep.
So
we got 3 people on softs in the bottom half. Do you agree with that?
I do and I don't. I will say I think it's always the safe bet to go on that harder tire, but with the safety cars we've had, maybe playing your chance of thinking, like, if there's going to be a safety car, it probably won't take 11, 12, 13 laps to come out. You might actually be able to play that soft strategy and also get some positions off the start, so I don't necessarily disagree with it. I think, yeah, it could definitely work. As you said, it's such an easy strategy where you obviously have more flexibility with the mediums, which is why you want to, be on them. But with the way the safety cars have been, I would be surprised if we did make it, 13, 14 laps without a safety car.
Yeah, I'm going to think there's at least 1 in the beginning and then 1 at the end, near the end.
Yeah.
I'd say lap 17, the second one. Fig, though, is really holding up the field over here. I think he's forgotten that he's not in pole, so he's not leading the pace.
I don't think so. It's been quite a long time since that happened, so I think he knows what he's doing, but it's not exactly fair.
Jagames is already back on.
See, I mean, you can do this in the third sector. You can be a little cheeky with it. I know I've done that before, and also the real drivers have done that before, but you need to stay within 10 car lengths, and this is like less than 10 or more than 10 seconds. So I don't know if this is a penalty, but if I were Atmosphere or specifically anybody in front of him who's going to be sitting there with colder tires, I would report the shit out of it. Sorry, I would report this because I mean it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. I think that's Niall, actually, who almost stopped on track. I saw his dot stop moving.
Well, he probably just wanted to not have the cold tires. All right, well, here we go. Now all the grid are inside of each other, thanks to, yeah. Anyways, it's fine. So J-Games is going to lead us off here for the Belgian Grand Prix, as the 5 lights will be on as Juan Seria, our P20. But remember, he has the pace to be up there, so hopefully we'll see some cool overtaking from him as long as he's patient and he lets his pace do the talking. It's not that hard to overtake around Spa with a significant pace advantage. Here we go. The lights are on. They are not. I spoke too soon. The lights are on. And J-Games 84 to lead us away from pole. It is 5 lights on. Codemaster's the worst developer in history. Now gets a drive through, and then it's lights out, and away we go. And Rad getting a great start already alongside J-Games. Mr. Hood going like Niall up to P1.
Niall
but yeah, you kind of just got to own that. J-Games honestly might play into his hand. That's going to allow him to have a bit of a slipstream. Looks like the rest of the field keeping it clean through there. Niall leading with J-Games, able to pick up a slipstream, and Red just on the left side of him a little bit there with Hood behind, making quite a lot of ground on them. But back to Figland, slow in the formation lap, just slow in general apparently, because he's already got a 5/10 gap through there. J-Games now on the inside of Niall into Lake Home to retake that lead. Obviously, Niall never really had it with a drive-through penalty. That's about 20 to 30 seconds of a penalty right there. Rad not able to get past Niall now. Hood not able to make a move on him. We have Ken Miles on the outside of Babushka through here. Babushka doing an excellent job placing his car where it needs to be, and Ken Miles just not able to get the traction down into this hairpin here and make that stick. We have Leslie. Oh my god, this is a melee right here. Yep, gets hit by Chewy there. Atmosphere running wide from P7 down to P13 there. Juan all the way up to P13 now, 7 positions, and we haven't even gotten halfway through this lap. Chewy going around the outside of Atmosphere, and Leslie looking to possibly make a move here using his overtake. Yeah, and Atmosphere looks like he has some significant wing damage as he also lets the Alpine through, and the Ferrari has to stamp on the brakes to not make contact with him. An unfortunate start to the race for him. Further up the field, we have Tom here in P9 looking to get a move on Madman, just getting past Sadis right there. No, wait. I'm lost. Oh, Fig's done.
Oh, it's Fig who got pushed.
Oh, boy. Well, that is unfortunate for him. Not much else we can say. Ken Miles is apparently a lap down.
Yeah, I see that. A couple drivers are.
But these things happen. Further up the field, we have Niall in pursuit of J-Games going in to serve his drive-through penalty. I'm not saying that's not the right call. I also feel like if you have that pace, use the clean air, you know, as many laps as you can. But maybe he thinks he won't catch all the way up by the time the pit stops come around, so he will be in free anyways. But, yeah, I'm not sure. He's obviously well within his right to do that. So Mr. Hood now on the back of Rad for P2, looking good. Not going to have DRS until next lap. Tom's out. Tom is out.
Oh, he is. And that's Madman who, oh my god, he's going really slow.
Tom is out. Yep. And that's going to be a virtual safety car.
Fig. And now there's steps between MLG and Leslie. Oh, everyone's grabbing penalties.
Oh, full safety car. That does play into Niall's hands.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize for my poor coverage of that. I looked down and forgot to press shift on the keybinds. I think we did see where the cars went off, but we didn't see how it happened. Or did anybody collect anybody?
I mean, I didn't see exactly what happened with Tom, but I saw what Madman was doing. He was slowing down. I don't know if his car broke or something, but he was on the next to the wall in that turn. I forgot what it's called. The straight before the Rouge. But a couple people hit him.
It's a couple people hit Madman?
Yeah, and that's why they got a penalty. I think Leslie and MLG, they also may have touched him, or they touched each other. So,
all right, well, an eventful, yeah. MLG got presumably just lost the rear on the exit curbing of La Source and found himself in the wall there, perhaps? I'm not sure.
So, last night, we didn't pit everyone who was in the top 6. This is kind of the same situation. So I wonder if these guys will pit or not. Because I believe the medium tire said it can only do 14 laps. so it would not finish the race. And maybe it could, but it would be very, very
I'm
slow.
sure we'll see someone go onto hard tires, maybe.
Let's
Games
see.
passes the pits, so it looks like the front runners are gonna pass the pits here.
And it's going to be Fig, actually,
yeah.
going into pits.
He might have wing damage from that spin, though.
Oh, yeah, because he did tap Madman as well.
We'll see his pit stop, see if they change out a wing. We have 3 people in the pits, one of them being a medium runner, so it definitely has wing damage.
We've had someone do this, though, right? I think Rogue, a couple seasons back, did that one stop really quickly.
Yes, yeah, that was very upsetting. He did it on lap 6, though.
Oh, I thought that was earlier.
Yesterday. No, it was lap 6. So yeah, Fig, no wing change and onto the mediums. We'll see if he can make this work.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough ask.
But I guess when your race gets destroyed, you might as well try something. Ken Miles finds himself up to P5, I think. He was down for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was falling back, but now he's back up.
All right, well, it's time for our daily safety car, our weekly safety car therapy sessions. What's a good topic? What's a good topic? The war in Afghanistan.
Didn't we talk about that last time?
Actually, yeah, I think we did. Okay, all right, Van, let me ask you something, okay? Stuffed animals or blankets?
What
did you have as a kid?
I actually had both. I had both still.
Okay, but like favorite.
Favorite. Okay, probably the blanket.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I liked my blanket, but I got this Webkins duck. The man's ducky still sits up on my shelf. What a stud.
You ever get a Build-A-Bear though?
I did get a Build-A-Bear. It made him look like Batman.
I'm surprised. I know. I went to the mall once, maybe a couple months ago, and I saw a Build-A-Bear, and I'm like, damn, those are still open.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
wow.
wild. I don't know what their business model is besides for just, yeah. I guess overcharging for stuffed animals. I don't know, that just feels like a very Amazon doable thing where you just buy a bear and then just like buy outfits for it. But
yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. We can talk about real F1. Verstappen v Hamilton. Was the penalty fair?
No.
Yeah, I completely agree. The more I think about it and watching Hamilton and Verstappen lap 1, turn 4, I do think Verstappen is more at fault, and I can somewhat understand the FIA's penalty coming from a stance of, like, yeah, once Hamilton squeezed him, the only thing that was going to happen was he was going to bounce over that curve and hit him. He obviously didn't know that what happened would have happened, like that he would go on top of him and hit him in the head with his tire, but he was going to bounce over that curve. I mean, his front left tire was already on the inside curve. He just hadn't gone over the sausage curve yet, so... That being said, that also raises the question of would Hamilton have deserved a penalty had Verstappen been forced to cut that corner, because Verstappen wasn't given a penalty, but I know they're usually and consistently more lean on the turn 1 or lap 1 incidents. So perhaps Verstappen got away with it because it's lap 1 and Hamilton wouldn't have and would have picked up a 5-second penalty for doing it. But either way, I somewhat understand the FIA saying, like, Verstappen knew once he had been squeezed that probably would have been an incident, and he went for it anyways. But by the same token, Hamilton didn't need to squeeze him.
Yeah,
like he squeezed. I mean, he completely pushed him off the track to the point where he had to cut the corner. So it just kind of seems like a racing incident to me, especially a 3-place grid penalty at a track like Sochi is brutal. People are talking about taking the grid penalties, but like you just can't overtake there. Like, I don't know. It'll be an interesting race, but yeah, I think the penalty was quite unfair. But that's just me. Hopefully the safety car is in this lap.
Should be. So last night, Tier 1 didn't get DRS until lap 13, I believe, or 14. So we'll see when Tier 2 gets it.
Yeah, it's quite a while to wait for the drag reduction system. Safety car is going to be in this lap, so it is now Games' job to be the de facto safety car and bunch up the pack maintaining pace and allowing Ben Moylander in the safety car to get to a safe distance. That was South African. It's fine. Anyways, he's doing a good job here, not being a Tier 3 driver. Got him. I mean, no disrespect, because it is actually incredibly confusing, and the game doesn't tell you what to do. You just kind of have to know from real life and just experience it. So, anyways, probably not what James wanted, because Niall having that drive-through, he had like a pretty cushy 1.2 seconds, and now James goes pretty early, because you really, if you can avoid it, not do it before a braking zone, because they're always going to catch up under braking a little bit. Speaking of, James misses his braking, and that is going to put Rad in a very nice... Tires. Ooh, but Rad has to back off, because he can't overtake him before the line. Now on the line, Rad holding the racing line here. James moving over. Is Rad going to send it down the inside? Nobody does make contact. That's going to unsettle James's rear. Babushka. Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Rad. Oh, I don't know what happened. I just saw him almost crash.
Yeah. Babushka went all the way down the inside from P5 up to P2. It didn't look like he made contact, but he very well might have. But now with overtake, he might actually be in the lead by the end of this lap. Down the Kemmel straight, sitting in the slipstream of James. Is he going to go for the inside and send it, lick the stamp and send it, you Mormon bastard? No, he doesn't. No. And James is just going to be able to hold it around the outside. Rad and Mr. Hood going wheel to wheel into Lake Combs. We can see them in front of this Alfa Romeo here. Mr. Hood able to hold on to that position. Good defending from him. Rad having to get his line compromised, and Spider up to P5 on the mediums. He is in a phenomenal spot for this race.
Oh, and Rad goes wide again. That's going to be Chewy now passing him. It's just going downhill for Rad.
He might have wing damage because he doesn't. Yeah, he has wing damage for sure. He cannot keep it on the track. There goes Eric.
Yep.
Yeah, down the inside. Something's wrong. Rad is really struggling here.
Oh my God! Oh my! That has to be another safety car, probably.
Yeah, I was riding on board with Rad there, and that is a safety car.
There it is. And that's some bad luck for Rad. He went from fighting for P2 into that.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! That was so sudden.
That is going to be a very clippable moment, because I was riding on board with Rad, and we're just kind of sitting there.
Yep.
And then just out of nowhere, a white streaking car comes across and murks him. Oh my goodness! I want to see someone's replay of that. The offboards. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. Well, that brings us to another safety car. Will the leaders pit on lap 5? That's the question.
Yes.
Yep. And there they go.
Especially if that's what we did last night.
Yeah. And then you're probably going to have another safety car. So
yep.
You could probably make the tires last.
I believe we picked one lap later, but I do think, they would be able to make it last. Though, I will say at the end of my stint, or end of the race, my tires fell off so hard. So we'll have to see how they all handle it. Looks like Bobby went for the hards, which, I think it's a good choice with Bob, who has the pace, because we had a Tier 1 reserve in front of me who was absolutely dominating me last night on those hards at the end of the race. So we'll see how Bob handles it. It might pay off, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't totally understand it, because every other soft runner is on those mediums. The tire wear doesn't totally matter. You'll all be struggling. So if you have the pace, you can use it anyways. However, to what you're saying, if they are close enough to the mediums during this stage and they don't fall off at the end, then yeah, maybe that's absolutely the play. So as you said, we'll see if it pays off. But as of now, Spider, Exia, and Cosmic are the top 3, and Figlin, the only one to have pitted. Oh, Niall, with his drive-through penalty, finds himself back up to P5 and having pitted. So of the soft runners, Fig and Niall are leading this race. Let's see the position changes. Niall is instantly going to be the driver of the day for me. Spider is up 11 positions, Exia up 9,
what the heck?
And Cosmic up 10. Niall looks like he has to give a severe collision. Oh boy.
Looks like that was Ken from behind, though, so he might be able to actually
appeal that. And since he had his pit stop, it looks like he won't be serving that unless he gets damage or something. But yeah, so very interesting that Fig and Niall are net leading this race because of that safety car and having to have pit when they did. So if they can make their tires go to the end, and I would say if we have 2 more safety cars, they absolutely will be able to. That would also open the door for Spider, Exia, and Cosmic to pit on their normal window. But again, if we have safety cars and they can't build a gap, it doesn't really matter. The people that pitted and got back are the ones that are going to win this. So right now, you'd have to say Niall and Fig, if they can hold on to the tires, are in the best position.
I hope. Are we going in this lap? I don't think we are. Everyone's right next to each other though, but I need to like Xe up here, which makes sense because his car shows the next. But yeah, it looks like we're doing another safety car lap, even though everyone's caught up. So
Medium runners breathing a sigh of relief. Sadis back into the pits, opting to just pit again and go into the mediums. Didn't want to do the hard tires. And Ken Miles pitting to get his wing replaced after rear-ending Babu. Going to find himself in last place. Joe Biden or Joe Biden? Discuss.
I don't know. We can keep up with that stuff.
Oh, Kublai, a previous racer, the Lion of Singapore, as nobody called him, recently got his PC after moving from Philly, where he could freely take shirtless pictures in a mall, to the place where it is very welcome for him to do that. Now has his computer back and is looking to get a wheel. So if you know anybody that's selling one, please tell them to not advertise it here. We have a good time. Hopefully the safety car's in this lap. I really don't know what to talk about.
Yeah, I'm on the blank as well. Oh yeah, the new Aston Martin car, safety car is in the game now on certain tracks.
Is it really?
But yep, but it's red obviously for Spa.
Right. Huh. Alright, that's dope. That's actually kind of cool.
So on another track, it may be green. Who knows? And yeah, hopefully there we are. Yep.
There we are. Yep. So Spider's kind of gonna be able to take it pretty easy breezy.
Xe joining back at the right moment. We'll see how Niall and Pig do. They still got tons of time to wait until the people in front of them have to pit. I believe they'll pit
And
lap.
Axia just took control of his car and almost rear-end Spider. But that's okay. Racing.
Here we go.
Safety car is in the pits. Will Spider just jack it out of this final corner? And will Axia spin on cold tires? No, he will not. But Spider gets an excellent getaway. He's got to be very happy with that as the green flag is waved and the drivers can now start overtaking even before the first safety car line because Codemasters don't feel like implementing anything like that. You see Babu taking an inside line to defend from Hood, but Hood, rear ends him a little bit there. Just eager to get past him on those medium tires, using his overtake now up the Kemmel straight. Let's see, Figlin here getting a nice run through there. Is going to be able to blast past Cosmic, who just loses the rear of his car a little bit there and having to correct, almost Magnussened it into the wall. But thankfully does not. Fig using his overtake and having the slipstream of Exia is going to allow him to just go around the outside into Lake Home and pick up a podium position on 3-lap fresher tires, but the key difference really being that he is pitted. Niall also looking to get past Cosmic here, possibly going to send it down the inside into the hairpin. Is Cosmic going to play ball here? Yes, he is, and just allow Niall down the inside. Probably realizes this is not his fight with the leaders, and also allows... Oh, my goodness! Realized apparently he wanted to throw himself in a wall. So this kind of plays huge for Fig and Niall. Again, we've been discussing, obviously it's a huge advantage to have had the pit stop, and if they can make the tires, that's a no-brainer. But specifically, having cars in between them and the other runners. MLG got also making it up to like one of the net race leads, having pitted, is pretty huge for him. But yeah, Stomps, Jagames, Quan finding themselves really...
I know where that is. Yeah. Oh, yep. That's Spider.
Yeah. Oh, and someone else just lost it. Jagames. MLG
no.
got, sorry.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, there's like 6 cars. 3 people just DNF'd at once. What the heck? And like 5 people crashed.
Oh no.
Holy God!
And
That's
that's
another
another
safety
safety
car. What the heck is wrong? Oh my God. Okay, that's 5 cars, 6 cars, 7 cars all crashing at once, and yeah, we're
And
7
I
people
missed
out.
absolutely all of it.
Once Spider was
Yeah, I got
like
so
spun on
confused.
track, I was looking at him, and then I just see
MLG God, yeah, goes
someone.
sideways for me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is exactly what happened last night. Actually, really, like the same laps and everything. So quite crazy.
Games found himself up to P3. I don't know how he overtook Fig, and I guess they had to slow down. Oh, they
They went for the pit.
pits.
Okay, that's okay. I don't know, understand Cosmic's choice,
Yeah.
but Big, it's a smart choice, maybe.
He was on the hard tires. Check Twitch chat, says Kia.
Ken Miles were on the softs, which I don't know if they'll actually last to the end. I don't think they will. But wow. So right now, Fowles in
Kia, I
tier
cannot
3.
check. Chat, sorry. Yeah, that's this is brilliant. I don't really know what to say. This is just kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I saw MLG God lose it after Spider lost it,
And then yeah, you just see that whole pile up, and then
saw that at the end.
so many people just DNF.
It's because this is Kia's fault, because he told me I go like a spastic monkey with the controller, so I've been trying to use the keybinds, and I just, like, in the heat of the moment, I panic and I don't press shift. And so instead of 13, we started riding on board with the leader, like P3, and then I started flipping back, and then people started DNFing, so I couldn't switch to them.
Just use F7, you know, F7, F8. Big brain.
Oh. Oh, I see. F6 changes the camera. Wait, that makes sense. Well, wait, no, F7, F8 is the same as the controller, Jenkins.
True. I'm saying, you know, you could use it.
Oh, that wasn't the problem. I have my controller in the other hand. It's fine. Everything is fine. But I do apologize for missing the action there. If you feel so inclined to join the Apollo Racing Club Discord, those will all be in the clips chat of the onboards and anybody using their race replay, if your heart desires, because that did seem like a really funny crash. Yeah, we ran out of material last time. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Niall also pitted. We missed that.
Yep, he followed Pig.
But got out in front. So, well, if there was a race to jumpstart, it was this one, because who the hell cares?
So, what's your thoughts on the new track Portimao?
Haven't touched it, haven't seen it. As far as IRL, I thought it was a pretty dope track, and I am very excited to drive it.
Yeah, a lot of elevation changes, lots of nice little straight, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be fun when we race it here, I feel. I think the big surprise for me is Codemasters getting Jetta prepared before the actual race.
Yeah.
Happens. If it all goes to plan. Only 2 more DNFs until Tier 2 matches Tier 1, and we could still see more. But yeah, no DRS still. Top 10, halfway in the race, almost.
What the hell is going on up at the front?
Yep, did Babu just lose his position? I don't think he did,
No,
but hopefully we go in this lap. Oh, okay. Careful, Babu.
It's got to be in this lap. If it's not, I'm going to go
Hopefully.
grab a cookie. All right, we're good. So Niall and Fig went from having these slightly older tires to now the slightly newer tires. No question they'll be able to go to the end. Teichmann, Exia, Spider are going to have to pit. They're on 9-level mediums, and they have not used a second compound, so they will have to go onto the soft or hard tires.
I'm surprised.
Sticking out to the soft.
I'm surprised Spider didn't go in after all that commotion.
Yeah, I know. Especially after losing all the positions at that point. But I guess he didn't want to go onto the hards, and the softs aren't ready yet.
Yeah.
Again, kind of a good reason to have gone onto the soft tires with all this shenanigans played into their.
Here we
Oh
go.
my God! So much almost contact. Babu getting the power down way better than Jagames, who is slacking across the line. Now Babu to the inside. Really late lunge from him down under braking. Almost catches up to Teichmann there. He was so nice on the brakes. Now just going to run out a little bit wide, squeezing Hood, Jagames, excuse me, wheel to wheel. Mr. Hood behind. Going to watch them. Are we going to go too wide into Eau Rouge? No. Babu getting enough of a slipstream off Teichmann to keep it together and keep in front. But he loses it. He loses it.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he Magnussened it. But he's okay somehow. I don't know if
Thank God.
there's floor damage on standard, correct? Or that's only sim?
I can check. There might be.
So that's those hard tires. P3 now. Hood and Jagames, Williams and Alpine, even though they look like the same on the scoreboard, they are going to be fighting into this corner.
Kia's app is showcasing that Babu has 0 damage at all. Interesting.
Oh boy.
And
Fig getting past Spider. Sadist almost getting past Spider here. He's probably going to do it now. He's having so much more grip on those pressure tires. Down the inside into Pouan is going to be Sadist up to P7, making that move stick.
Ken Miles looking for a move on Atmosphere. He's going to take the outside line. Oh, and that's someone off. That's Sadist.
No, that's Teichmann.
Oh, and Teichmann. Okay, they're...
Oh, for fuck's sake. They both get going again, though. Teichmann almost doing a G.
Wait, there's someone off again. That's Mr. Hood. Okay.
Also gets going.
That's Teichmann. Stops going.
So Nile up to P3. Spider going slowly. Looks like they're fine. The fastest lap of the race, 148.4. Interesting. Atmosphere getting passed by MLG God. Looks like Babu's going to be looking for a move on him down the inside into La Source. Is he going to send it? Yes, he does. Oh my goodness. Babu. Oh boy.
So lucky. Oh my God.
Wow.
I don't know if you should be doing that. It's too risky right now.
Yeah, I feel like he could have just done the normal braking line for that, but that's okay.
Oh, and
he
he's
loses. Oh my God.
He's looking. I'm sorry, Bob. Oh. Oh. Okay.
Oh, right in the middle of Eau Rouge. Oh my goodness.
Babu lives though. He lives again. Almost collecting MLG.
I saw him partially sideways, and then I just see the blue car fucking die.
No safety car this time. I think if Babu would have DNF'd, it probably would have been, but...
Oh my God. Oh my God. The intervals at the front have spread out a bit. Exia having a 2.9 second gap to Jagames, and Nile 1.1 behind him, Fig 1.9 behind him, and Ken, who, if you'll not forget, was fighting with Atmosphere, I believe, for P11 at the start of the last lap.
Now he's at P5.
Oh my goodness. Teichmann just now passing the corpse of, oh, Fig left. Looks like he lagged out because he just restarted F1.
Oh, it's going to hurt a little bit because Ken Miles is on a mission. Oh, and that's someone off. That's Babu again, hitting the wall or something. Or just spinning,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Lost it. That's unfortunate. Those hard tires do not seem like they're treating him very well. Axios, it's the fastest lap of the race here. We have Cosmic and Spider and Atmosphere fighting here. Spider not pitting just yet. Hood obviously with the pace advantage on these guys, but we'll see what happens. Atmosphere in pursuit as well. Oh, they are all just very close.
Oh,
Atmosphere does end up avoiding him and sends it down the inside, but Hood's going to go around the outside of him. Atmosphere really taking the racing line there, which he is entitled to do, being on the inside. Just not a very courteous thing to do, but I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it. Through Eau Rouge, though, yeah, looks like Hood has that better line, but Atmosphere, wow, okay. Looks like he really
And they're
got
getting
some
DRS for the first time, right?
DRS, lap 13.
Let's go. Finally. And that's Bob who actually. Okay, never mind. That was
In the pits? Okay, okay. Oh man.
Got too excited.
That's good. Oh, my game crashed.
Oh no. Well, there's a 4-way battle right now for 6 as that happens. Hood going on the outside into Bruxelles or whatever it's called.
Bruxelles.
I don't know. The U-turn. Hood's battling still.
ARC radio
Gets
show
the-
here for now. Then take it away.
Yep. Cosmic on the back of Spider coming into Puan. Spider still struggling on those 12-lap old mediums. And Fig actually gets overtaken by Miles now. It's Fig back yet? I don't know. So might be his robot or whatever, or AI. Mr. Hood, he is trying to overtake Cosmic now, coming into whatever this turn is. Fig leaves the session again, unfortunately. Fig actually picks up a penalty somehow, 5-second penalty for ignoring the yellow flag, which wasn't there. Mr. Hood looking to overtake Cosmic into bus stop. I think he'll have this done. Yes, he will on the outside. He's going to brake way earlier or later. And that's an easy overtake as Spider goes into the pits for the first time. It's race Exia still out on those 13-lap-old mediums with Jageems right behind him, and Nile as well. So yeah, there's a lot happening as we wait for you to rejoin. There you are.
Yeah, I am back. It's Brittany, bitch. I'm not sure if the whole host migration has destroyed everything.
I don't think it did.
Okay.
And Sadis actually retires. Yeah, he retires, and that should mean points for everyone in this race. Granted, they don't spin out.
Eau Rouge collected another victim.
But that's Status. So now we're down to 10. That puts Tier 2 having more DNFs than Tier 1. Tier 3, hope you guys are ready tomorrow.
Way to be. Way to be. I don't understand. Why is Spa so hard?
Yeah, I mean, sure, the changes happened, but I mean, last night as well, there was 9 DNFs, so, and 3 safety cars, so.
Well, we've got your games catching Exia now. Unfortunately, the intervals are not working. Or the
Yep,
later
I see that.
That's got to be
Anyway.
the host migration.
It should fix itself.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? They probably have to complete a lap.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But
Exia should be looking to pit now.
yeah, it's got to be.
Yep.
So Jageems takes the lead with Nile in third. After a drive-through, he'll be up to P2. Impressive drive from him. I'm putting him as my driver of the day just by surviving a drive-through penalty. 10 miles
Yeah.
also from like first to last to first to last. Impressive race from him. There we go. Yeah, the intervals are good once they cross the line. Well, this is looking to be quite a boring end to an
Yeah.
already really boring race.
It's pretty much going to be hot lapping for a little bit unless people start getting a little dicey here.
Atmosphere and Cosmic are a little close to each other, you could say.
Yep, and Atmosphere should get past Cosmic fairly easily sooner or later, especially with DRS. Yep,
Here we
we'll
go.
definitely be
He's gonna
battling
sink
him
on
into
the
this
inside.
turn.
Yep. Under braking, just about even, but with the extra grip, Cosmic sends it back down the inside. Atmosphere leaving him no room, and kind of Cosmic has to cut the corner there a little bit, but in fairness, he was never going to have that room. Now he'll probably be passed by his teammate on fresh soft tires compared to 5-lap-old hard. This should be no problem, especially no point in fighting your teammate in this situation. So
Yeah,
here
because
we go.
Exia
Yeah,
could
he gets
climb
out
back
of the
up
way.
to first, honestly. It's
Yeah,
not too
he
far
could.
off Jageems. Oh, and that's someone off. That's 10 miles, actually, and he's just on the grass, so luckily no DNF.
Unless he does a Haas role play here.
I mean, he has to be careful. He's going to get disqualified for staying on track.
There we go. Looks like he got moving. Jageems also did something. He spun.
Oh, yeah. And that's never... Nope, that's a CL flag. For nothing. Cool.
Oh, he lost his wing. Jageems has no wing. So he
Ooh.
binned it into Grandma's house, is what I call it. I don't know what it's actually called. Fig obviously DNF'd. He's going to get disqualified from this session for having his AI drive. I think. I don't know what the rule is on how much your AI can drive, but I forgot the actual percentage. but not for
Let
lack
me-
of
let me-
trying. Clearly, he's obviously trying to get back in here, so that would be kind of upsetting. Atmosphere up to P4 now, with everybody into the pits. Exia going to be able to secure P4, obviously, with those soft tires. But that's looking like a good, solid points finish for Atmosphere, which he has yet to properly have this season, if not in racing as a whole.
Yep, just got to finish.
And there it is. What a line.
Exia.
And here we go, around the outside, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Those tires are just way too fast. The gaps are all pretty giant besides for that one, and this one's only gonna get bigger.
Yep, it's pretty much Exia's race to lose, I feel.
Yeah. Well, 8
maybe.
seconds. 10 seconds, actually. Closer to 12
Yeah.
seconds if I can do my math. That'd be great. So, yeah, I mean, Niles got a very secure lead. I would say it's Niles' race to lose.
Big
Here
about to
comes
be
Hood.
overtaken.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's his AI actually.
Yeah.
Big is trying to come back.
Oh! Hood,
Oh,
just one too
whoa.
many downshifts locked the rears there. But a good save keeps him from going into the gravel or worse, into the back of Fig, or worse, spinning. Oh, as Fig now takes control. He's finally back in control of his car and just in time for quite a ripe battle for P2. Oh, good lord, we've got a fight on our hands here. Fig does have the younger tires, but perhaps a little bit less pace based off their qualifying positions. The intervals are not gone. That's okay. 2/10 off of Mexia setting the fastest lap of the race. No surprise there. This is gonna be a good battle, but I don't think Exia is gonna be able to win personally, unless those tires really fall off. But remember, Niall got to pit, only 7 laps ago, so he got to pit right at the perfect pit window. I don't think he's gonna be suffering too bad. Fig and Hood pretty even through Eau Rouge, but with that slipstream, doesn't even need DRS, but he's gonna have it. Fig kind of Fernando Alonso's him a little bit there, but Hood keeps his foot in and is gonna be able to have that position. Fig is quite an intimidating driver to be behind. He usually does keep it clean on the defense, but he kind of has like a lot of like mix-ups. Like he kind of never does the same thing twice, you know.
Yeah.
Which makes him a scary driver to be behind. But he is usually in control of his car. It's just not always the cleanest, like respectful wise. But you know, you got a race to hold to keep the position, and so you know you got to do what you got to do.
Yep, now Exia's coming by.
He is.
And
there
Fig!
he is.
Yep, there he goes.
Into the gravel. That's going to be his race over.
Surprisingly, a lot of people have spawned in that little section of turns.
It's a tough one in this game. I have noticed.
Is.
Just if you touch that curb, you're dead. It used to be in 2020, you touch that curb, you can correct it. It just feels like you're kind of. And to add insult to injury, J-Games picks up a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, you know, I think you're right. I think it's Niles' race to lose. He's in a good position.
Yeah. Exia's just not making up quite the grind that he needs to be.
4 laps left. Can he do it, though?
Atmosphere up in P4. He's got to be pretty excited.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Commentator's curse.
He had nobody. Oh, boy.
Hey, you know, you're still getting points, though. You just keep it clean. Atmosphere.
Oh, my God. Oh, no. What are you doing?
Needs to be careful not to get disqualified.
Oh, that is just so upsetting. I'm sorry. That was horrible.
Can Miles back up in the mix, you know, after spinning?
Again. They'd have seen it coming. Here we go for a move on Cosmic. DRS wide open. Switches to the outside. He's going to have to go around Cosmic, forcing him the long way around. Under braking does go a little bit late under the brakes, locking that front left, but able to keep it under control. And Ken Miles able to go around the outside and make that move stick up to P4 once again. Definitely Niles' race to lose here, and I think he's got it. Being on controller, it's kind of harder to make those simple mistakes, but obviously harder to have the pace and harder to do racing, so it kind of balances itself out. But the battle for P2, no penalties for Hood or Exia. This is going to happen on track. Hood with 9-lap older, harder tires. You'd have to think Exia is going to be able to get past him, no problem.
much our only battle.
Yeah, I decided to turn my HUD off and let's get some cinematic racing here.
Someone saw. Should be good though.
Is that atmosphere?
Yep.
Oh boy, that is upsetting. Alright, here we go, down the Camel Straight. He's going to try to make this move stick. And I think once he gets past him, I don't think Hood's going to have a chance to get back past, so he's going to really have to defend this hard. You can see him. They're about even on overtake. No, Exia has a lot more than that, sorry. Up through Eau Rouge, Exia there. Not quite. It didn't look like he had that much more grip, but he opens up the DRS now, so Hood's going to really struggle to stay in front here, but it looks like he's just far enough. It's going to be close. Exia's going to have to send it under braking, and it doesn't look like he's going to, so Hood is safe for another lap, and if he can just keep holding on, you know, we'll see what happens, but Exia clawing about 8/10 on him in the last lap, so it's going to be very tough, but I think Hood could do this. Oh no, Fig! What happened? He's in P10.
Yeah.
No, that's a timing glitch.
Oh yeah. He would have had to fall back so hard.
Yeah, I can see his dot still fine. Exia was just so much more pace. He's pushing Hood through these corners now, so Hood's going to have to get his elbows out and possibly murder Exia if he wants to keep this position. Or have Exia murder himself. We'll see. We're waiting for some wheel-to-wheel action here, just trying to force Exia into a mistake. And vice versa. Fig has left the session. That's upsetting. But taking that wider line to be able to guarantee him a little bit of an extra straight line speed down the back straight into Blanchimont, and it looks like it paid off. Exia is not going to be as close, but with 2 more DRS sections, I just don't know how he's going to do it with how close Exia is. But anything is possible.
I think he has him here.
I'm getting a little bit of a
Maybe
better
not.
exit. Exia using his overtake just a bit there. Has no reason to be getting impatient. Almost rear ends him and costs himself a little bit of his rear wing if he's not careful. Hood losing the rears on the exit of turn 1 now.
Ooh, we're going to go too wide.
Yep, to the outside now. Hood holding the line, holding the proper racing line through Eau Rouge there. Just bottoming out a little bit there. You can see the sparks, and Exia just behind him now. So close. Going to be able to open up that DRS. Hood all the way to the inside. Maybe wants to let him past early and use the slipstream here, but Exia is just going to be so far in front. No way he can fight it back into this corner, so he's got to stay really close and try to use the DRS, but I think the only reason Exia was slower was being in that dirty air, so now he can really unleash the true pace of those. Oh, Hood! Wow.
Oh,
Gonna need a new pair of pants.
Would have been something. Whoa, that's someone off. That's Cosmic, who went straight into the barrier, but seems fine.
Nope, he has no front wing.
Lost his wing, yep. Ken Miles now, in 4. Big somehow negative 49 seconds.
Sorry.
Oh.
Hood got on that inside curve where we've seen so many people spin and almost spun. Yeah. I mean, Exia's got 2 more laps. If he's about a second a lap faster, so that puts him 3 seconds behind. But if Niles' tires fall off, but they shouldn't, so we'll see. Exia obviously gonna get fastest lap here, either on this lap or just. I think he already has it. Game's also on those softs, but looks like Exia has had the pace advantage.
I think this race is pretty much over. I can't see Hood overtaking Exia, but yeah.
Yeah, we could have it right. Exia made up 6/10. Hood still within DRS though. I don't know, 14 laps on those tires. Yeah, it seems a bit far-fetched.
I mean, yeah, he's actually catching up to Exia, so
He is taking.
you could see a cheeky last-minute move by Hood.
Exia to 3.5 seconds. Niles gonna. Ooh, this could actually be really close.
I can't see him doing that in a lap, but Niall could make a mistake, and
Well, but he's
Thrown
already
all the
made.
way.
He was at 5 seconds. Not even at this time last lap.
I would be shocked though.
I would be shocked,
It's-
but yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's probably not going to happen.
anything.
Anything can happen. Mr. Hood staying within 6 tenths. Look at how close he is, man. He is just about
Yeah.
where Exia was on Hood 2 laps previous. This could be quite interesting.
The last DRS that they'll be able to get to you. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
Okay.
That was a risky downshift he did there. Just kind of
Yep.
really leaning into the slide there for no reason. Should have been upshifting, but that's okay. Wanted to look cool
Also
for
good
the
time.
stream. Yeah, he's got to watch those downshifts, but he wants as much pace as he can have, obviously. Exia having about 30% more energy. Yeah, Niall is definitely safe without a mistake here. So he must have made a mistake last lap because Exia gained 6 tenths on him through the first corner. But here we go, Hood with DRS using absolutely everything he's got. He's going to be close, but Exia has enough energy in reserve, I think, to just protect this. But we'll see what happens come Blanchimont time. It's going to be close. That, we know. Ooh, Hood, much better under the braking, but just not having the traction that Exia has, obviously. My God. I mean,
Hood is trying everything he can.
yeah. Later on the brakes, just about everything, trying to force Exia into a mistake. And to his credit for being on 9-lap, older, harder tires, he has kept the pressure up and put Exia in just about the toughest position you can be in, being on, you know, so much younger soft tires, especially at Spa with Winfield. But the Hood has put up a valiant effort, but I think Exia is going to hold strong. But we'll see. G-Games also coming up on 10 miles here at the last lap to find P4, which could prove very important for the championship with Exia finishing 3 positions ahead of him. If he can bring that down to 2, that could end up being crucial in the battle for it. Exia ending 1.7. Yeah, he did get close. He did get a lot closer to Niall than I thought he would. Hood, yeah, not able to make the move, but let's watch J-Games and Ken for P4 here on the final lap. Oh, Ken having to cut the corner a little bit there. And J-Games is going to go around the outside here on the final lap. Final few corners, they are wheel-to-wheel, banging wheels. Ken Miles has the inside into Blanchimont, but J-Games is going to have it for the bus stop. Don't get turned in on, boys. Oh, he almost spun J-Games. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Ken is definitely going to send this under braking. Down the inside he goes as J-Games breaks early. Ken Miles down the inside. J-Games sends it back down the inside. Ken Miles around the outside, spins. They both spin. But Ken properly spins. And there we go. He gets going again. Wow, what a battle. Not good racing. Ken, gotta say, a little bit too much contact with the high speeds, but that's okay. I don't want to. Sorry, not good racing, just not good outcome. It was a little cheeky, but it didn't end up working. Atmosphere is going to come home to take P7 somehow.
Actually, everyone below Spider should be 1 position down because Fig. I don't know why he's in 10th, but
right.
He actually finished ahead of Spider.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure. Atmosphere, good recovery. He had just so many drivers had so many good recovery drives. Even you could argue double recovery drives.
Yeah,
everybody was at
Niall,
the front
though.
and the back, at the front and the back, and Niall, our race winner. Sorry we missed you cross the line. Absolutely deserved it. Took a drive-through penalty from P4 on the grid and came back and won the race. Absolutely phenomenal. Way to keep it clean from start to finish. Great race from him. Great recovery from Hood, who did end up getting the position on Exia somehow. I'm not sure if that's penalties. It didn't show up that Exia had a penalty. Did we miss something, Van?
I'm not sure. Maybe we could have maybe missed the last minute, like spin or not spin.
But of course, Teichman, the DNF driver, is the.
Oh, that happened last night. Yeah. Anyway, wow, what a race! What a Spa weekend
race
for both tiers, and we still have tier 3 tomorrow. That's gonna be fun.
Hoist it, you Irish bastard. And then sail back across on your potato boat, bring it home. What a race, yeah. That was, yeah. That's really all I have to say. It is already 9:20. We are absolutely not doing interviews after that many safety cars. Congrats to Niall, congrats to Hood, congrats to Exia, congrats to everybody that finished this race. And apologies to those who were unable, perhaps for reasons outside of their control. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here at Apollo Racing Club Tier 2 as the championship continues. J-Games still leading, but his lead has shrunk. All right. Yeah, join us tomorrow, as Van mentioned, for Tier 3, also racing at Spa. And join us next weekend on Sunday for the Tier 1 race in Abu Dhabi, the Tier 2 race this time Monday, and again, obviously, the Tier 3 on Tuesday. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. And if you stuck all the way to the end,